Welcome, future biologists. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of plant growth with our topic, meristematic tissue. Have you ever wondered how a tiny seed grows into a towering tree, or how a plucked leaf can sometimes regenerate? The secret lies in these special tissues. We'll explore meristematic tissue from easy basics to competitive insights, uncovering the incredible mechanisms that drive plant life. Get ready for an exciting journey. Let's start our adventure at the easy level, understanding the very basics of what makes plants grow. Meristematic tissue is like the plant's personal growth engine. It's made up of young, unspecialized cells that are constantly dividing. Think of them as stem cells for plants. These cells are responsible for all the growth you see in a plant, whether it's getting taller, wider, or growing new leaves and flowers. They are truly the foundation of plant development. Their primary function is to continuously produce new cells, ensuring the plant can grow throughout its life. What makes these cells special? They are typically small, have a dense jelly-like substance called cytoplasm, and a large, visible nucleus. Crucially, they lack large, empty spaces called vacuoles, which allows them to divide quickly. Based on where they are found, we have three types. Apical meristems are at the tips of roots and shoots, making the plant grow longer. Lateral meristems are found along the sides, making the plant grow wider. And intercalary meristems are at the base of leaves or between stem segments, helping plants like grasses regrow after being cut. This constant activity allows a tiny seedling to become a huge tree. Time to test your understanding of the basics. Pause the video and try to answer these questions. 1. What is the primary function of meristematic tissue in plants? 2. Name the three main types of meristematic tissue based on their location. 3. Describe two key characteristics of meristematic cells. Ready to dig a little deeper? At the medium level, we'll explore more about the unique characteristics and vital roles of meristematic tissues. Meristematic tissues are truly the architects of the plant world. They house undifferentiated cells, meaning these cells haven't chosen a specific job yet, but they have the amazing potential to become any cell type the plant needs. This ability, called totipotency, ensures that plants can grow indefinitely, continuously forming new organs and repairing themselves. These cells are small, packed with dense cytoplasm for high metabolic activity, and have a prominent nucleus, signifying their active role in cell division. They also lack large vacuoles and intercellular spaces, features optimized for rapid and continuous growth. Let's refine our understanding of meristem types. Apical meristems, found at the very tips of roots and shoots, are responsible for primary growth, making the plant taller. The shoot apical meristem even forms leaves and flowers, while the root apical meristem is protected by a special root cap. Lateral meristems, like the vascular cambium and cork cambium, are found along the sides and drive secondary growth, increasing the plant's girth and forming wood and bark. Lastly, intercalary meristems, prominent in grasses, are located at the base of leaves and internodes, allowing for rapid regrowth after grazing or cutting, a key adaptation for survival. The significance of meristematic tissue cannot be overstated. They are the engines behind a plant's continuous growth, enabling it to develop new leaves, branches, flowers, and roots throughout its life. Beyond just growth, meristems are crucial for repair and regeneration, allowing plants to heal wounds and replace damaged parts. This adaptability is vital for plants to thrive and respond to their environment. Without these active growth centers, plants wouldn't be able to achieve their incredible diversity and resilience. Now, challenge yourself with these medium-level questions. Take a moment to think about your answers. 1. Explain why meristematic cells typically lack large vacuoles. 2. Differentiate between primary and secondary growth, mentioning the meristems responsible for each. 3. What is the role of the root cap in relation to the root apical meristem? 4. Name 2 types of lateral meristems and their respective products. 5. Why are intercalary meristems particularly important for grasses? Ready for a deeper dive? At the hard level, we'll analyze the intricate classifications, cellular processes, and the remarkable regenerative powers of meristematic tissue. Meristematic cells are perfectly adapted for their role in continuous division. They are small, roughly spherical, with thin primary cell walls that allow for rapid expansion. Their dense cytoplasm, packed with ribosomes and mitochondria, indicates high metabolic activity, fueling the energy demands of constant division. A large, prominent nucleus directs this intense cellular activity, with a high nucleus to cytoplasm ratio. The absence or small size of vacuoles prevents interference with the rapid and frequent cell divisions. Classification by origin reveals promeristems as the initial cells, leading to primary meristems for length growth, and secondary meristems, which arise from differentiated cells to enable girth growth. Let's look at the classifications more closely. Promeristems are the foundational, embryonic cells. Primary meristems, which include apical and intercalary types, originate from these and are responsible for all primary growth, making the plant longer and forming its basic body plan, epidermis, cortex, and vascular tissues. Secondary meristems, on the other hand, develop later from already differentiated permanent tissues that regain their ability to divide. The vascular cambium, which produces wood and inner bark, and the cork cambium, forming outer bark, are prime examples, contributing significantly to the plant's width and structural integrity. This dual system ensures both linear and radial expansion. The life of a meristematic cell is a continuous cycle of growth and division. These cells maintain a short cell cycle, meaning they divide much faster than most other plant cells. This rapid turnover ensures a constant supply of new cells for the plant's development. This process is tightly regulated by internal signals like hormones and external cues from the environment. Furthermore, meristematic tissues exhibit remarkable totipotency. This means that a single meristematic cell, given the right conditions, can regenerate an entire new plant. This property is not just a biological marvel, it's a cornerstone of plant biotechnology, used for cloning and propagation. They also play a crucial role in repairing damaged tissues and forming new growth after injury. Now, let's tackle these hard-level questions. Challenge your understanding and provide detailed answers. 1. Distinguish between primary and secondary meristems based on their origin and function. 2. Explain the significance of the prominent nucleus and dense cytoplasm in meristematic cells. 3. How do intercalary meristems differ from apical meristems in terms of their location and specific contribution to plant growth? 4. Describe the cellular characteristics that make meristematic tissue ideal for continuous cell division. 5. What is totipotency, and how is it related to meristematic tissue? 6. Give an example of how secondary meristems contribute to the economic value of plants. 7. Discuss the role of meristematic tissue in a plant's ability to recover from herbivory. Welcome to the hardest level. Here, we'll explore the cutting-edge science behind meristems, from their evolutionary origins and molecular controls to their profound impact on biotechnology and ecology. The evolution of meristems was a monumental leap in plant history, enabling early land plants to overcome environmental challenges. This indeterminate growth, a hallmark of plant life, allowed them to continuously explore their surroundings for light, water, and nutrients, unlike most animals with determinate growth. It provided the plasticity needed to adapt to diverse habitats, regenerate lost parts, and develop complex, branched architectures. Meristems are not just growth zones, they are evolutionary masterpieces that underpin the entire success story of plants on Earth, making them resilient, adaptable, and capable of forming vast ecosystems. At the molecular level, meristem activity is a finely tuned symphony of genes and hormones. Take the shoot apical meristem, for instance. The Wushel-Clavata feedback loop is central. WUS promotes stem cell identity, while Clavata genes, through a signaling pathway, negatively regulate WUS, preventing excessive stem cell proliferation. This delicate balance maintains a stable pool of stem cells. Phytohormones like auxins and cytokinins also play critical roles, with their ratio influencing cell division and differentiation. Auxins generally promote root formation and cell elongation, while cytokinins stimulate cell division, especially in shoots. Understanding these molecular controls is key to manipulating plant growth. The organization of the shoot apical meristem is elegantly described by the tunica corpus theory. The tunica consists of outer layers, L1 and L2, where cells divide primarily anticlinally, meaning perpendicular to the surface. This maintains the surface area and gives rise to the epidermis and subepidermal layers. The corpus, the inner L3 layer, has cells dividing in all planes, contributing to the bulk of the stem and internal tissues. This differential division pattern allows for coordinated growth and the formation of distinct tissue layers. This theory helps us visualize how a single meristem can generate such complex, multi-layered structures, from leaves to flowers, each with specific cellular arrangements. The practical implications of meristem knowledge are vast. In biotechnology, the totipotency of meristematic cells forms the basis of plant tissue culture, allowing for micropropagation, the rapid, clonal multiplication of plants. This is crucial for producing disease-free plants, especially from infected parent stock, as meristems are often virus-free. It's also vital for genetic engineering, enabling the regeneration of entire plants from transformed cells, and for conserving endangered species. Environmentally, factors like light, temperature, and water availability profoundly influence meristem activity, dictating flowering times, growth rates, and dormancy. The evolution of secondary meristems, like the vascular cambium, was critical for woody plants, providing structural support, efficient water transport, and protective bark, ultimately shaping our forests and global ecosystems. Now, for the first set of hardest questions. Take your time to formulate comprehensive and insightful answers. 1. Discuss the evolutionary advantages conferred by the development of meristems in land plants. 2. Explain the Wushel-Clavata feedback loop and its role in maintaining shoot apical meristem integrity. 3. Describe the tunica corpus theory of shoot apical meristem organization, highlighting the planes of cell division in each zone. 4. How does the balance of auxins and cytokinins influence meristematic activity and overall plant development? 5. Elaborate onto significant applications of meristematic tissue in plant biotechnology. Here are the remaining hardest questions. These will truly test your in-depth understanding of meristematic tissue. 6. Compare and contrast the organization and function of the shoot apical meristem, SAM, and the root apical meristem, RAM. 7. How do environmental cues like photoperiod and temperature regulate meristematic activity, particularly in the context of flowering and dormancy? 8. Explain why meristematic tissue is often considered indeterminate and how this contrasts with growth patterns in most animals. 9. Beyond structural support, what other crucial roles do secondary meristems play in the long-term survival and ecological success of woody plants? 10. Propose a hypothetical scenario where a mutation in a clavata gene might impact plant development and explain why. And that concludes our deep dive into meristematic tissue. We've journeyed from the basic definition to the intricate molecular controls and biotechnological applications. We hope this exploration has sparked your curiosity and deepened your understanding of plant growth. Remember, continuous learning is key to mastering biology. For more such engaging and comprehensive educational content, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for regular updates. Keep exploring, keep learning.